All right, ladies, we should be going on in just a few minutes.
Mm.
All right, all right, all right. All right, ladies, come on in. Okay, we ready to get started. I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, all right.
Let's get it going.
Yes, let's get it going. Hey, ladies, what's going on? We want to welcome you back again. We are excited about having y'all here today. Of course, we have got a phenomenal speaker before us today. For you all who have not had an opportunity to be a part of Girlfriends Chit Chat, we welcome you back again for another episode number 2. We are thrilled about what we're going to be doing in our upcoming episodes. We're going to be having a guest speaker or maybe even two every single time we go live in the group, ladies. So today we got, of course, our co-host, Ms. Shauna Price, the Connection Guru, as well as Ms. Leslie Thompson as well. Of course, y'all know who she is, HR, finance, credit repair, everything you're looking for in your business. And also our special guest today, Kimmoly. We are so excited. Kimmoly LaBoo, we are so happy to have you here. She is of LaBoo Publishing Company. If you are looking for ladies to write your first book in this season, you got something you need to birth, you have got something within you need to release. As for myself, I know I need to. She is the woman for you. So what I want you all to do is to welcome her in so she can come in and tell you a little bit about who she is and what she is about. So come on in.
So you ready for me?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, is that my cue? Is that my cue?
That's your cue. Come on in. That's what make it comfortable so we can chat.
It's like, come on in the room.
Come on in the room.
Remember that? Oh, I'm so excited to be here. I am Kimmoly K. LaBoo. I am the CEO and founder of LaBoo Publishing Enterprise. I'm also a speaker. I am a coach. I'm a certified master life coach. And I'm also a Christian divorce coach, if anybody needs that. So I wear many hats, but one of the greatest joys that I have is helping people to birth the book that is inside of them. And so that is why we are here today. And so I'm excited to talk to you guys about that.
Fantastic. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. So how will we doing? You want me to roll with it or are you asking me questions? What we doing?
I mean, my thing is I want you to tell us about if I'm ready to write my first book. And I'm ready to do this thing because I was apprehensive about wanting to write my first book. You know, I believe there is something in me, you know, whatever it may be, I'm wanting to tap into that side of me. So what do I need to do? Because I don't know the steps. I don't know what I need to do. I'm a little lost. Tell me what I need to do when I connect with you. What do I need to do?
Yeah. So you sound like a lot of people that I encounter. So, you know, I always say everybody has a book inside of them, but it's just whether or not they choose to write it. And a lot of the things that hang people up when they think about writing a book, because you probably said it for years, like, I should probably write a book. Or somebody's been telling you for years, like, you really need to write a book because they see that in you. But a lot of people are scared. You know, they say, I've never written before, I'm not a writer, I don't know what to do. And I was that person. When I wrote my first book in 2006, I was not a writer. I just had something that I wanted to say, you know, and then I got up the courage to do it. And I actually have this right here was my very first book that I published in 2006. It was called The Passion in My Soul, right? And so this was a book of poetry and short story. I was just pouring my heart out because I had some things to say, bones to pick with some people, really. Tell the truth about it. But, you know, when I started writing that book, I always say nothing happens until you write.
Right.
Everybody, where do I start? Where do I start? You start by writing. And so I just started writing down the things that were on my heart and things that I wanted to share. And then while I was writing it, I got scared. Because I was sharing a lot of personal things, about my life, and which is where a lot of people get stuck. It's like, what do I say? How do I say it? And so those are the types of things that I help people with. But along the journey, I had told people, that I was writing this book, right? And so after some months went by, people started saying, whatever happened to that book? The book was out, the book was published, but truthfully, I wanted to put that thing under my mattress and let people forget about it, right?
Right.
I was like, it's out, it's on Amazon, and so, but then people started, buying the book, and I started getting feedback of how what I had written was impacting people's lives. And so then I realized that my writing wasn't even about me. It was about sharing the things that I had been through in order to impact the lives of other people. And so that was a really big door opener for me, eye opener for me, because I was just writing because I had something to say. And like I said, I wasn't a writer. I was not that little girl who was sitting and had journals full of stories and all kinds of stuff. I wasn't a writer. But here we are about to publish my 13th book, I think it is.
Wow. What?
Yeah, that's coming out next week.
Wait a minute. Hold up. But let me ask you a question. What is the shortest amount of time out of all 13 books you have written? What is the shortest amount of time that it's taking you to write one book?
6, about 90 days.
Wow.
Yeah. And usually most of the things, like the projects that I do, even with the anthologies that I've done, I always keep a tight deadline, because I tell people that it's not that it takes you forever to write a book. It's that if you give yourself that long to write a book, you're going to take that long. When I tell people we got 3 months to write this project, most people wait till the last month to write the chapter.
Yes.
So I'm like, it doesn't take that long. And now I'm talking right now about nonfiction work, so if you're writing your memoir, if you're writing, just have a story to sell, to share with people, or if you're writing a book about your business or something like that, all of this stuff is information that you already know. Right? So it doesn't take you that long. It's just knowing how. So a lot of people get hung up on how, like, where do I begin? And I always say you begin by writing. So you can do a myriad of things. You can make an outline, so I tell people, when you're thinking about what you want to write, you can make an outline. So if I'm telling my life story, you can make an outline by saying, okay, these are the major things that have happened in my life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Write those down on a piece of paper. These are the 5 things that I know I want to talk about in the book. And then you go back and you fill them in. And where you fill it in, like if the 5th thing you wrote on the paper is the thing that's coming to mind right now, then you write about that. So people always get hung up because they think I got to write chapter 1, chapter 2.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same exact thing. I do it by chapter, but
you don't have to.
Just
write. Just fill it all in. And then you work with somebody like me, and then we pull it all together to make it look fabulous. So I think people are getting hung up on the wrong things when they think about writing a book. And the other thing is, when people think about writing a book, they think they have to tell their entire life story in one book. You don't. You can tell your story in segments. I'm a different kind of author. Like, I don't stick to one genre at all. I write about what I'm passionate about at the time.
Okay.
So when I went through divorce and I wanted to write about my experiences with divorce, I wrote a book about divorce called A Threefold Cord Broken: What Happens When Christian Marriages Fail. That's where my heart was at that point. And I had a passion to help women through the process of divorce. So I pulled together some authors and I wrote about that. just recently, I felt on my heart to write about Black fathers in the community because of what was happening with Black men after, all of the civil unrest that was going on and the racial divide that's going on right now in this country. And that was just a few months ago when we did the Black father perspective, what we want America to know. So I went out and I found 10 Black fathers who would write about their experience as a Black father in America.
So did you partner with several different men and actually got their take on it?
So this is the Black father perspective. I don't know if you can see that.
I love that.
And then these are the dads
that
participated in that. And so I just compiled it. So I worked with them to share their stories about what it's like to be a Black father in America. And we got press around this. We were on the news behind this on Channel 2. I think it was Channel 2 News that brought us a live interview downtown Baltimore. Like
that is phenomenal.
In the middle of a pandemic. Right.
But that was needed. See, that's the thing about it. It was needed. It wasn't the fact that you was able to tap into something that was needed right now. Like you said, I wrote about a book about something that was impactful to me at this moment. As things change, I'm going to have another book that I'm going to be passionate about. But
exactly.
The timing was just so perfect for what you were writing about. And that's just great.
Yeah. And so, that's something else that I teach when people work with me is how to tap into media, how to pay attention to what's going on in the world and figure out how your product impacts or fits into whatever's going on at that moment.
Right.
That's awesome.
So, so I did that.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
So, when doing it, you have your anthology. Which do you prefer? I was a part of an anthology several years ago, and I never imagined the impact that it would have on my life. Just the cleansing from all of the women that were involved in the projects. I mean, it just goes to show that, you see women, but you never understand what goes on behind the mask, so to say. It was so therapeutic. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer just your own personal? Do you like anthologies, or do you have a preference one over the other?
I love anthologies from a standpoint of, I like being the visionary author that pulls those people together. I also have participated in, I think I participated in 2 anthologies that were not my own. And every anthology project is a different experience depending on who you're working with.
Right.
And so I enjoy when I am the visionary author.
I see, I understand.
I get that. I do. I see what you're saying when you said the vision, because they're coming off of what your vision is.
Yes.
And what's lighting that flame in you to move forward in the process. And so I get that. I can see why that is.
So we're working on the anthology called The Mom in Me, which is practical stories and advice from moms who have survived different points of parenting. And it's going to be so impactful. That launches next month. And we're planning the launch. I don't know if you go anywhere on my page, you see the flyer, and it's going to be a big deal, right? We're making a big deal. But
that's a good launch, because currently we're trying to teach our kids,
and especially right now with what experiencing, it's just going to be incredible. But the stories that are in those books, and sort of like Leslie was just saying, like when you write, there is healing through writing, and I have some of these moms that are in this book who said, I wrote about stuff that I have not addressed for 20, 30 years.
Wow.
Until this moment. And when I tell you, they got raw and real and really shared their hearts as mothers, it's going to be incredible. And I think there are 21 moms in that book.
Wow.
Yeah, 21.
There's a story to tell in all of them, and there's a takeaway in all of them. And I think as us being parents, we understand. And I mean, even with, with the things that we're doing right now with our kids, trying to adapt to a whole new way of life. It's something we all have a story to tell in this situation.
Exactly. And advice on how not to feel inadequate right now. As a parent.
God.
Yes.
And so I just think the timing of this book, and who knew, that it is going to be in the middle of all of this.
Right.
but it's going to be so much, it's going to be impactful, and we're going to have so much fun. Like, you guys have to, tap in so that you guys can, join in and share with that, because we're having a mama pajama party afterwards and everything.
Oh, I'm about to
wow.
tap in.
She said a mama pajama
We're
party.
having a mama pajama party. We are cutting up on, what is it, October 17th.
All right.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna make sure to get
God.
the cute ones out, the fuzzies.
Yes, because there's going to be a pajama contest, and there's going to be a grand prize winner and all kinds of craziness.
That's your whole new
That's
way of
awesome.
launching. You a whole new way of launching now. It's online. So we
Yes,
got fun
yes.
and personal.
Yeah, our first virtual launch. I had the Set Apart and Chosen, God Uses Ordinary Women to Do Extraordinary Things, was launched, I think, last year, and we had over 100 and some people in the room for the launch.
Wow.
If you know anything about book launches, like, we had to cut off the registration for that.
That's awesome.
But that was
cool.
we had so much fun, though. People still talk about that launch to this day. We had a ball. But those are just things that I like to do. And those are things that when you write, I think people don't realize that when you write a book, it opens you up to a whole nother world, like a whole different set of opportunities, a whole different set of people that you'll be engaged with.
Yeah.
And then the opportunities are just endless, right? When we get close to end, I'll share a story with you guys about one of my books and what it has to do with Ghana, West Africa, and Idris Elba.
Ooh. Oh.
I got a story that includes Idris Elba because I wrote a book.
That's my man right there. You just hit it right on the head. My kids.
Did you see my eyebrows?
That is
go
like
up?
what? Like you just,
Because I wrote a book.
I thought I was gonna melt for a second.
Wait till I
Shannon
tell
went
you
to
this
pulling her
story.
hair in the back. I get it, Shannon.
Twisting her hair. Idris.
Hold on, but you said because you wrote a book.
Because I wrote a book, I had an opportunity that includes Idris Elba, and I'll tell you the story. But I don't want to cloud it up right now. So,
See,
what other
look,
questions me around writing, or you want me to go ahead and tell the story?
I didn't know he was singing.
what you waiting
Who
on?
does that?
He said,
Okay,
"You
so
gonna
I'll
teach me."
share, because this speaks to, you never know what can happen when you step out on faith and you do what you're called to do,
You
right?
better know.
So
Come on, girl.
I had for a long time, for I think about 13 years, I had my own mentoring program, right, in Maryland, called the Elite Female Mentoring Group. And so because of that, I wrote a mentoring manual, right? That was one of the first things I had written, was a mentoring manual. So it so happens that somebody that I knew had ties to somebody that was in Ghana, and that woman in Ghana, she had a mentoring group in Ghana, and she wanted my book to teach the girls in Ghana. She wanted it for her program, right? So from that, I was invited on a trip to Ghana, West Africa, to be a part of a global literacy conference, the first one that they had. So I went to Ghana to speak at this conference because I had written the book, right? That's what got me invited. And so I went there. While I was there, it was about 13 of us. We were professionals. It was lawyers and doctors and writers, and it was just a whole host of us that went. So it was 13 of us that traveled, and Nikki Giovanni traveled on that trip with us. So that was another. I'm on a little bus going through the dirt towns of Ghana, West Africa with Nikki Giovanni, right? Because I wrote a book. Like me,
Like,
Nikki Giovanni, the K-Cum National Park tightrope thing. We were up in the air walking through a jungle. It's a whole story, y'all. I got pictures to prove it, though. I was like, I can't let Nikki Giovanni, 70-some years old, beat me out. I got to walk on this thing. Anyway, back to the story. So when I got there, we were partnered with roommates. So I had a roommate named Caroline. Caroline and I had never met before we got to Ghana. We were roommates. So while we're on the bus to the village, because we also went into the villages, we went into Conco village to work with the children and the teachers in the village, because we were providing them with tools to better teach the children in the villages. Had this opportunity because I wrote a book, right?
Right.
So Caroline and I got to talking about this ABC book that we could write with the children in Ghana. Right. So when we went into the village and we're in the classrooms and everything, we took a field trip with the kids. Now we are like, when I say to the schools in the villages, the schools with no windows, it's just concrete outdoors, like nothing, right? Not anything like we have here. So anyway, we get there, we take the kids on a field trip. And so when we get back from Ghana, we're like, we're gonna take these pictures. We had the kids to pick out everything that related to a letter of the alphabet, right? So we created this book, C is for Coco.
Wow.
It's a children's book with pictures, and it's not fancy. It's pictures of being in the village with the kids and things that they picked out. And we had some of the kids in the book. And so we put this with the intent of it being a fundraising effort so that we could send the books back to Ghana because the kids didn't have books with kids in it that looked like them. Okay, that's the first part of the story. We published the book, and a couple of months later, we get a call from Hollywood, from movie producers, saying, we saw that you have this children's book called C is for Coco that was illustrating and using kids that were in Ghana. Well, Idris Elba is from Ghana. We want to know if you would be willing to let us use your book in our movie with Idris Elba.
What?
Wait, hold up. So, if you have heard of the movie Beasts of No Nation, it was about child soldiers in Ghana. It was released on Netflix, and there was a big deal about it because it was supposed to be in movie theaters, but they wanted to release it on Netflix at the same time. And so the movie theaters refused to air it because they were releasing on Netflix at the same time. So if you watch the movie Beasts of No Nation, it's a hard movie to watch. But in the first 10 minutes of the movie, there's a mother sitting in her living room. Her little boy is over her shoulder. She has our book in her hand and she's reading to him, and he's saying, like, B is for butterflies floating in the air. And we're like, those are our words.
Wow, that is amazing.
So
children got in a movie. Like, who would have ever thought that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Birthing your book. You don't know who you're going to run into. You don't know where your book will end up, who hands it'll end up in.
You don't know. It's created speaking opportunities. You know, I wrote a book called The Principles of the Ultimate Business Diva. Don't let your emotions cost you a promotion. From that book, I was asked to speak at, Department of Veteran Affairs for Women's History Month.
Wow.
So you just never know what doors are going to open for you when you just step out on faith and just release. Because here's what I say, it is selfish for you not
she done pull the movie up. She done pull the movie.
It's that scene right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it now. Yes, I am.
I love you, girl.
See, that's one thing about Shauna. She gonna look it up. We got receipts.
Yes.
Receipts.
Yes. So, like, how incredible is that, though? Like, our book, and we don't know. We don't know how they found it. So they must have just been on Amazon and searched like children's books Ghana or something.
Wow.
Because it was only a couple months after the book came out that they found us.
That's unbelievable.
God.
Man,
let me go write my Idris Elba book.
You know what? But you know, the thing about it is, though, is it still out there to be purchased? Is that book still out there?
C is for Coco?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. All of my books are available on Amazon.
Okay, it is. Okay.
Yeah. So here's a secret to finding anything that I've written. If you know how to spell my first name, you can find it. Kimmoly, right? Not many people have my name. Now I'm gonna tell you this, my last name has changed several times over the years. So that's what I'm saying. If you know how to spell my first name, you can find all my books on Amazon.
Amen.
Them last a couple times.
She like, I'm just gonna tell you the truth.
I'm just gonna lay it out.
Wait, what I say? A threefold cord broken. What happens when Christian marriages?
Look, she's speaking from experience.
About it. We wrote a book about it. You
Look, you wrote that. Look, you wrote
I
that
wrote a
book
book
too.
about it
In
when
that
he
season
go.
you were going through, you had that one to release too.
Hey,
Absolutely.
I'm here for all of it.
All
That's
of
true to
it.
that. You know what? And that's
Look.
so funny you said that because now you look at your life now. Every situation that you go through, there's a book to write.
Yeah.
You go through a divorce, there's a book to write because there's other
But
women.
it's a lesson though, right? Because there's a lesson in everything. And I
Yes.
sincerely believe that nothing that we go through in life is for us.
Yes.
It's for us
That's
to
right.
gain experience from it. And Maya Angelou said, when
Help
you
somebody
learn,
else.
Right.
when you learn, teach. We've all learned some lessons from the things that we have gone through in life. And there is somebody else that needs to know how we made it through the different
Yes.
situations in our lives. And it's
Yes.
selfish for us to hold on to that and not release it into the world.
Say that again.
Yeah.
Selfish. It's selfish.
It's
To
selfish.
hold on to that because there is somebody out there that needs that.
That needs to know how you made it through that. How are you so victorious? What
Come on.
steps did you take to
Yes.
make it through XYZ? You know, and even if it's business, you know, whatever business you're in, if you're a business owner and you don't have a book, you just leaving money on the table. Right?
Don't step on toes.
Now, look, she stepped on them toes. Look at that. There she go with another one.
Stop leaving money on the table. Write the darn book.
Right.
Right?
So let me ask this question. Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
So I
Absolutely.
get tons of people who are on my page or women that I, chat with all the time that always say, you know what, girl, I really feel like I got so much inside of me. What would be, but they're thinking about doing an ebook. Have you done ebooks or what's your take on those versus the other avenues?
Every book that I write, I produce an ebook with it. And every book that my authors write, I produce an ebook with it. So Kindle version.
I like that.
Let's say Kindle
Mhm.
version. I much prefer to have, I don't believe in just producing an ebook.
Okay.
Right. I think that everybody receives information differently. And so if you're serious about writing a book, you should produce it in as many ways as is allowed, right?
Yeah.
So from the paperback to the ebook version, because you have some people who like to use e-readers. For me, I'm that person who likes to flip through the pages and hold.
I am.
Yeah.
Yep, I am too.
Right, but everybody's not that way. And now in this day and age, like everybody's so busy, some people like audiobooks. So we right now, the Black Father Perspective, we just finished production on this book to be an audiobook. And I did that because one of my authors did a podcast interview, and the guy that was doing the podcast, he said, I really would like to read the book. He's like, but I'm just not that person to sit and read. Is it on audiobook? I was like, give me a second, it will be.
Oh, wow.
We started production for the audiobook, and so that should be done really soon. So I just think that you need to produce it in as many ways as you can so that you reach the maximum audience.
Yes. Right.
That's good.
Yeah, so ebook definitely, but I don't think you should do the ebook without, now there are some people that do a version of an ebook that it's different when you just do an ebook like it that you're going to stick on your website and give away, or, somebody, selling it right from, versus a Kindle version that's on Amazon.
Right.
I like for my stuff to be all the way out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm all about that. I like that.
I never know when Idra's gonna call. Heck, Morris Chestnut might call, and then I'm really losing my mind.
She pulling them out today.
Like, look, what I gotta write to make Morris show up.
Like,
She right.
right. Let's get to writing, y'all.
Let's write today. I got some stuff to tell. I've been out here in these streets. Let's write.
Hello,
This
yes.
is what I had asked you when we had talked. I said, because I am not a writer, and I'm gonna be real with you because a lot of people out here who don't want to sit at a computer and type all day, don't want to write. You were telling me my method is pretty much me recording my voice.
Yeah.
And then transferring it, explaining
Transcribe.
to individuals.
Transcribe it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you can speak your book now, you know, and you can have it transcribed. Like I was telling you, there's in Word, in Windows 10 or whatever, in Word,
Yep.
you can type in it. I mean, you can talk and it will type what you say.
Yeah.
So how much easier can it get than that? You know, and once you've talked the whole thing out, you know, it's just a matter of reading through it, just making sure that everything is coherent, so that it can be sent over to someone like me to just compile it all, put it all together and get it out there. So it's like, we have so much now at our fingertips that makes this so much easier than it ever was.
Right.
I have my book to you by Monday.
Let's go. Let's go.
Because I mean, I be saying, you know, I think all of us, like I said, all of us have something in us.
Yeah.
That we need to
And
release.
whatever
I
you're
don't care who it
passionate
is.
about.
I don't care what you're about. If you got a book of affirmation, a book of prayer, a
Something.
prayer journal, whatever you may
Yes.
have that you want to release to people that you feel like, well, I want to tell my story. No one says you got to be really personal, you know, because I know some people will just lay it all out on the table because that's who they are and that's how they operate. But at the same time, when I look at it, I said, look, if I got to lay it all out to save you, to get you to see something more in you, or get you to take your business to the next level, or you just want to be better, you want to grow your growth process, you know, or healing, if you're having healing issues.
Yeah. And books don't, I mean, people think that books have to be big. They don't have to be big. You know, my books are very, I mean, if you look at this was an anthology. So yeah, it's a little thick, but like my first book, I think this is what, 69 pages.
My kind of book.
But
Hey, look.
Look, the threefold cord broken.
My kind of book.
A threefold cord broken. What happens when Christian marriages fail? 72 pages. But it's 7 good stories in here that can impact somebody's life. Like, come on now. Come on. Like when I wrote, let's see, with my little teeny book.
She said my teeny book, y'all.
37 pages. Stop leaving it on the table, write the darn book. I just wanted to give people things that they could use, practical steps that they could take to write their first book. So people think, when they think about writing a book, they think the book's got to be, nobody's reading a book this thick anymore.
I know, that's right.
Unless it's by Michelle Obama.
Nobody has time.
I didn't even make it through all of hers. So
I mean, some books are just too thick.
Michelle, stop.
But you want to get in the book, get what you need and get out. Some people are like, look, I want a book I can just get the meat, feed me, and let me go. You know, give me what I need to sustain me, to when I'm going through hardship. I don't want to have to read 200-300 pages.
Absolutely.
Oh, no. A lot of people don't want to do that.
Yeah, and so when you
300 pages, I'd be like 100 pages. Oh God.
with 100, Lord.
I have a tendency to get sleepy when I read.
Right.
So like, I'm talking about, I'd be like, that's no matter. I could be reading my Bible.
Oh, that's gonna put you to sleep.
That's the word gonna knock you out. I mean, look,
the devil is
gonna be laid out.
Look, the Bible don't.
Oh my
gosh! If you read it in the right spirit, it's not gonna put you to sleep. All them good stories.
No.
Yeah, but I go to.
But I'm telling you,
But you know what's funny? I am the worst reader because I am one of those that likes to go to the end of the book to the last chapter.
Oh, you wrong for that. You do that.
I do
it.
You're
missing the meat. The meat is in the middle.
Why? No, I've always done. Even in college, I did it because for some reason I get there and I'm like, okay, now I want to know based on what I saw here, how they got there. I love the journey. I absolutely love the journey.
You start with the end in mind, right?
Everybody's different.
See, I'm not like that. I read pages like sometimes I read pages like, I ain't gonna say pages, but let's say I might start at the beginning and I stop. And I look down at the bottom and I read up.
Oh, y'all are interesting.
You read up from the bottom. How you do that?
Where do you do
that? From the bottom. So like, I do it a whole lot when I'm reading somebody's post. If somebody has like a long post and I start at the beginning, I'll stop and I'll go to the bottom. It's kind of like you said,
well,
you start at the back, I go to the bottom and I start reading paragraphs.
That's because they're tricking you now. You start reading and you get to the bottom and they say, I don't know whose post this was, but
Yes, but let me ask you a question. What do you think about movies? What do you think about when they write, people that write books and then they're produced in a movie theater, right? What do y'all feel about how they do it backwards? Where they go from the end and then they go, okay, they go season 1, season 2, and by the time they get to season 4, they telling you how they got from 4 to the first one. Like, I'm telling you my story from the end. What?
Yes.
I never could process that.
But that's kind of like what Leslie said, Amira. That's kind of like what Leslie said. They kind of give you like a backstory and then they build it up. Like I kind of like stuff like that. Here's my thing with books and movies. That movie better reflect this book.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Listen, that's not always true.
Always better than the movie. The book is always better than the movie.
Yeah, because they only have limited time.
Hear me when I say this. I read all of the Twilight books, all of them.
You did.
Right. Those books are all like this big.
Yes.
I read all of those books. And when I read those books, I thought that they were pretty darn close to the movies. Because I watched the first movie, then I went and read the book. Right. But when I read Blow,
I haven't read that.
If you like organized crime, it's a good book.
Oh,
I like
you look like you chop somebody up.
Okay.
We setting it off over here. When I read Blow and I watched the movie, I was like, bruh, they don't even tell you he's still alive and he locked up. Like,
oh gosh. Yeah.
Like in the book, the book was good. The movie was 50 Shades of Grey. I read the books.
I did too. And then the movie. What did you think of the movie?
Now, in comparison, was the book
better
than the movie?
With 50 Shades of Grey, there was no way in the world with 50 Shades of Grey they was gonna be able to put that in the movie.
Yeah,
they couldn't put it. There's no way.
There was no way they was gonna be able to do that. The book is very like
detailed.
I had to repeat.
Graphic in detail.
Very detailed. Of course, because look at the movie.
I had to repeat.
I thought they did a good job with the movie though, in following the
job with the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did follow the storyline. They did a decent job with the movie, but they would have never been able to put the movie. The book in a movie. It would never happen.
But there's the thing about it, if I'm writing a book and then they want to put it in a movie production, how is me being an author? Is that frowned upon where, okay, this is how I feel. This is what I'm putting in my book. And I want it to be identical to what I put in my book. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. When you're working with Hollywood and when you're working with, even working with traditional publishers where you shopped for a publishing house, one of the big 5, and you've got them to pick up your book, you give up certain rights. Right, they can change your book cover. They can change certain things in the storyline because they're trying to make it marketable, sellable. So it's different from self-publishing something. But when you get producers and things like that in your mix, it's just not going to be exactly the same. It's about money.
Terry McMillan
so
said
self-publishing
that.
Basically is the way to go to keep all of your copyrights and all that good stuff where it needs to be.
Yes.
What's the difference in
Terry McMillan made that comment about waiting to exhale because I read the book quite a few times, but when it got to the movie, there were so many, deviations from what was actually in the book, and she didn't have much control from what I remember. What was actually done with the book.
Oh yeah,
I didn't read the book.
I read the book before I saw the movie.
Yeah,
the Angela Bassett's in the book, the Angela Bassett's character still toss fire on that car. I mean, toss the cigarette, blow the car up. Like that is my part. And then she walk away.
I know, right?
I'm like, come on there, yo. Just light it. Poof.
Yeah.
Was the book? Was that part there?
I can't remember. That's been.
I don't remember. It's been so long.
Years.
Yeah, I don't remember if that was in there. Yeah.
Well, I got a question. So do you offer sessions or opportunities for persons who are green to, writing the whole writing book process? Do you offer seminars or something that kind of gives them the different points to touch on if they wanted to at least just start the process, or what where their mind should be, what they should be thinking about? Do you have something that they, you know, can follow?
Yeah, every once in a while I'll do masterclass on certain on certain topics as it relates to writing. You know, I've done one on producing a profitable anthology project, and I've done one on you know, just the different steps of writing and stuff like that. But in the publishing packages, like if you're someone who needs more hand holding, there's book coaching that's included in one of the packages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you're someone who needs that level of, you know, support, then we have that built into the package. So when you work with us, you get me like full on and my team. Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. What's the difference in being self-published and then working with a publishing company? What's the difference in the two? So
they're different. There's different ways to self-publish, but then there's traditional publishing, which means you're going to somebody like Simon and Schuster, or you know, one of the big 5 publishing companies. But here's what I say: if you have a story to tell and you want to get it out in a timely manner, you're not going to go with traditional publishing. If you're somebody who's written a book or is writing a book and you have years to make that thing happen, then you go through that process. If you think your story is a story that you want to try to hit New York Times bestseller and all that kind of stuff, or maybe end up on the big screen or all that kind of stuff, then you would be shopping your manuscript to different publishing houses, which usually comes with a ton of rejection.
Wow.
Because you have to submit, get rejected. People talk about getting rejected 50 times. So I'm like, look, my self-esteem is intact, but Lord have mercy. But with self-publishing, you know, you keep the rights to your work, you write your book, and you can get it out there, like I said, 6 months, 9 months, 3 months, whatever that time frame is that you want to get it out in. And you know, you're maintaining the copyright to your work. You can put it out there. It can still be on Amazon and all of that good stuff. Now, like I said, there's a couple different ways to self-publish. There's self-publishing where it's truly self-publishing, which means you're doing everything on your own. You're finding your editor, you're finding your graphic design person, you're finding somebody that can do your formatting, layout, and design. Like, it's so many different steps to publishing. Now, if you are a person that can go to YouTube University and you're really good at digging and finding information, and you know connects to, you know, all these people, these pieces that you need, that's fine. I don't recommend that for first-time authors. Because it's just too many, it's just too much. So then the other side of self-publishing is small publishing houses like my own. We do the work for you. Like, you write the book.
That's all you need to do is write the book.
I have the editor, I have the graphic design person, I have the person that does the formatting, layout, and design. We creating, you know, your coming soon flyers and all that kind of stuff, you know, help you with the marketing and getting the word out about your book. So that's the different, you know, side of self-publishing, where you can go to a self-publishing company that helps you to do that. Now, you just have to do your homework.
Yeah.
Figure out the best company to be connected to, because it's some, yeah.
It's okay. It's but that's why you have to do your research.
But with every industry
out there,
you know, I'm in a writing group, and I saw, I think it was this morning when I was looking in the writing group, and this person posted and they said, I'm so excited, I just signed, or I just got accepted by such and such publishing company. There had to be like 100 comments on there that say, don't sign any contracts. Did you give them any money yet? Don't do that. They will, you know, they will ask you for $5,000, $6,000. And I was like, woo.
Wow.
And I mean, you know, so people have had bad experiences, and they know that working with that company is not good, but that's a different kind where, you know, they're asking you for a ton of money up front.
Right.
And yeah, so you just have to find a reputable company like LaBoo Publishing Enterprise.
Yes, it is. Go on.
Yeah. LaBoopublishing.com.
I love those shameless plugs, girl.
Look, she said she got to plug. She's supposed to do that as a business owner. She got to plug it in.
Yes.
Well, and I would say that
shameless.
No, that's what we're here for. No, that's what we're here for. I love it.
In integrity, my entire team, you know, has my heart. So we operate in integrity, and it's just so important. And you know, you can go find any of my authors, like they're all listed on the publishing page, right? Go talk to any of them about.
Oh wow, I like that. I like that.
Or, you know,
I like that.
Any of my authors.
There you go. Like that's right, Shauna. Receipts. That's good when you see. That's what I like about you is that you said that one thing right there is you can connect with any of the authors that I have
any of them
and be able to ask them about how I did, what I did, you know, what's my timely. Ask them all those questions and see if you know, hey, she's a great fit for you. If she worked with me, and I mean that's what I love to hear. Those testimonies. That's everything.
Yeah. Speaking of testimonies, we have one.
Oh.
So Mary Muriel said that Kimmoly makes the process easy. She also said she never thought she could be an author, but because of Kimmoly, she has been in 3 anthologies.
Yes.
So
love it.
Clearly Kimmoly is doing her thing, right?
Yes. Mary was in A Threefold Cord Broken, What Happens When Christian Marriages Fail.
Wow.
Mary is right here at the top.
Hey, Mary.
Mary was in Set Apart and Chosen. Yes, she was. Mary is right here. And Mary is on our The Mom and Me anthology that's getting ready to be released next month. She's my repeat client.
Hey, Mary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mary.
What are you raising your hand for?
I have a question. How do you select the people that you want to be a part of these anthologies? How do you select those people?
That's very important. That's a great question. When I put out the call, like so I will put out a call saying this is what my anthology is about. I'm looking for 20 women or however many, 10 men, 20 women, whatever it is that I'm looking for to participate in that anthology. The way that I get the people that I'm looking for is I make my call very specific. Right? So when I put out the call for A Threefold Cord Broken, What Happens When Christian Marriages Fail, I was very clear that, you know, of course, you had to be a Christian woman who had gone through divorce, but you had to be on the other side of that thing. You weren't bitter and angry. Don't come to me with that, because that's not what we're writing about.
I see what you're saying.
So how is it that God is using our lives after divorce to show that we were not damaged goods?
Yeah.
Right? And so I was very specific. So, you know, if I talk to somebody and it's like, I just slit his tires last night. Like, you go on over here and you get your healing. Need you go heal from some things and then come back and see me in a couple of years for the next anthology. Right? Yeah. So being very specific about what I want is how I get the right people. For the mom anthology, you know, I had specific things that I wanted people to write about. I did a call and I asked for, you know, I wanted somebody whose child had been incarcerated. I wanted somebody who was dealing with a kid that had that was autistic. I wanted somebody who had been through losing a child before, miscarriages. So we have so many powerful stories in that book because I wanted moms to be able to see how another mom survived that, right? So I was very specific in what I was looking for. So therefore, those are the people who reached out to me. And when you just do a blanket call and say, I'm looking for 20 people to be in my anthology, you might get a little bit of anything. And then the other thing I say is you need to check the energy of the people, right? So, so I talk to each one of the authors individually to make sure that they are a good fit for my project.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Connect.
Well, I think it's important too. Go ahead, Shane, I'm sorry.
I was just saying connecting, networking. You have to be intentional about these relationships. No, we ain't gonna go down no rabbit hole. We got sell minutes.
Yeah.
But,
and at this point, like, I don't have any problems like filling my projects. There are people that are, you know, say to me, you let me know when the next one is because I want it. But that's because I create an experience for my authors. You know, and I get so far invested in them. Like I told them, I got Amazon boxes showing up every day because for the launch, I'm sending each one of them goodie boxes, and we're doing, you know, the girlfriends check-in thing where you open up the box on the day of and see what goodies are inside. Like I just love creating an experience for my authors, and so I have fun with it.
You're just passionate about what you do. You're very passionate about what you do.
Absolutely,
and you can see it. You
can I just get a box?
That ain't how that work. That ain't how that work.
That ain't how
that work. How you up here asking for a box and you ain't even a co-author?
But
ask, and you shall receive.
Ask, not receive.
You know how you can get a box?
Open. I'm
you
just
can
trying
get a
to
box. Look, you can get a box by showing up to the mama pajama party, and if you win the grand prize, you probably will get everything that's in those boxes.
Well, we will be tuned in. I mean, I'm seriously like a fan already. I always love to see sisters moving in the right direction. And especially when it comes to this, you know, publishing, writing, something that I'm passionate about as well. Just the level of integrity and class and professionalism that you spoke about today. I mean, I know we've been laughing, but I really got to give you like mad props. It's amazing because I see the picture and I'm like, I didn't know all that was going on underneath all of that. But that's what I'm serious, but I absolutely, girl, you are bad. I'm just I'm ready to tune in now and follow. So I'm gonna be clicking on everything.
I'm serious, but I'm saying,
I already sent the friend request. I already sent you a friend request. So if you don't accept my friend request, we're gonna have some issues.
Your friend request.
Don't be denying me, Kimmoly. I'm like, look now, I'm gonna be in your inbox saying, hey girl.
Look, because trust me, I'll be hitting the meat on some folks. But yes,
I was sending messages. Don't you remember me?
I was with you.
I know not who you speak of.
You know Idris. Remember Idris? We talked about Idris.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, girl, my man. Yes, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
I was on the Idris call.
Oh my God.
Nah, but I've been blessed by this live today.
Good.
I mean, real talk. I mean,
I've
learned a lot. We've laughed a lot, which I need that in the middle of my day. So that's why I absolutely love this group. I love these ladies. I love you, Kim. You my new friend. This is what it's all about. I'm like, man,
that's awesome.
This has been good and fun.
You know, but that's about what we're trying to do, ladies, is bring people in who, I mean, not only have a wealth of knowledge, but I mean, have something of value that they are like really trying to do this for you. This is what I have. This is what I do.
Man.
You know, and it show the passion for it. I mean, you see it. She like ready to help you. If she got to hold your hand through the whole process, that is what she's meant to do. She kept telling me that during our call, is that I'm meant to hold your hand. And if I gotta hold you all the way through the whole writing process of your book, I will do just that.
Absolutely.
It's a one-stop shop. I like that part. I mean, everything all in one, you know, having been through the process before and you got 20 different people you're dealing with. And here this powerhouse just said, I do all of that. I mean, I'm like, there it is.
Just write the book.
Just write the book.
Just write the book.
Write the darn book.
Just write the darn book. That's right.
Get the money.
Don't leave money on the table. Don't leave money on the table. Write the darn book. I told her, y'all, I want all you ladies, you all need to check her out on her Amazon website. Because I went out there. I'm getting me 2 books. I done already said it. Because I am going to write my first book. I am. Because I feel like she gave me something to think about that I never really, I thought about it. You know how we think about things and we don't act on it. Oh, well, you know, I want to do that, but you know, I don't know how to.
Can I say something about that real quick? Like this time and this season that we're in right now, tomorrow is not promised.
Nope.
That's right.
You know, and we see people that are leaving here left and right. And so the other part of writing your book is it becomes a part of your legacy.
Wow.
Right. So you think about what legacy you want to leave in the world. Like when I leave here, my children, they have things where they can pick up and they can say, I can hold on to mommy's words. at least.
Wow.
They have a piece of me. They have an extension of me. And so I get really passionate when I think about that because, you know, people are leaving here with their stories untold.
Yeah.
And like I said before, like, I just think it's so selfish for us to do that. So if you have something that you need to get out, if you have something that you have experienced that can be helpful to somebody else, just go ahead and write that thing. Stop thinking you have forever. You know, because nobody saw the time that we're in right now. Nobody saw that coming.
Nobody.
And there are, what, 200,000 people that checked out because they had no idea that was coming. So stop acting like you have forever. Write the darn book. That's all I'm trying to say.
I'm ready. See, I'm psyched. See, she done got me write the darn book.
Let's go.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Like I said, y'all, I'm amazing. This is nothing, y'all. It's an investment in you. Like everything you do, you invest in your business.
Yes. Yes.
You're
and we
investing
got
in your
payment
business.
plans.
Invest in your book. Invest
We
in
got
it. Reach
payment
out
plans.
to her. Reach out to her. I'm serious. You got to make that
It's
investment.
not hard. It's not hard.
No.
We make it easy.
Well, I mean, I'm over here overjoyed. This is the best well-spent hour I've spent in a long time. You ladies are hilarious. Kim, this has been awesome. I'm really,
I feel some kind of way. This the best one you spent in a long time. We were just together last time.
I'm just saying, one of.
What
she said.
But look, hey, but you know what? That just shows you left a lasting impression on our lives.
Oh,
like anybody who gets to watch this live, if they're watching, and that'll get a chance to watch the replay, I'm telling you, and I'm a sing it from the rooftops. I'm gonna make sure when you get a chance, I'm gonna have you put all your social media information so people know how to connect with you. Because I know I went on your website, and so I know what I need to do to get myself ready to write my first book. Y'all need to figure out where you are. Now, let me ask you a question. When we reach out to you, we schedule an appointment with you, or what do we need to do? How does that look?
Yeah, we can always, I invite consults. Like if you say I have this book idea and you're just don't know what to do, where to begin or whatever, just reach out to me. You know, I'm happy to hop on a call and we can talk, because sometimes just a conversation brings so much clarity.
Damn.
Yeah.
And it did for me, and I didn't even know it. Didn't even know it.
What's your
website?
Or how can we, so we can put it in the, never mind. Look, Mary got us covered. Thank you, Mary.
Look,
Mary got us all the way.
Yes,
honey.
You know all my contact information. Thank you, Mary. I love you, girl.
Look at that.
We love you, Mary.
Yes, we do, Mary. See?
Good. He didn't even get it out good.
You got me covered.
Looking over to the other screen, it was popping up.
I'm serious, and I'm gonna make sure. And I'm gonna put your contact information also out there as well. We're just gonna do another repost so everybody knows how to reach out to you. Now you're just on your website. Are you on social media, Instagram?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I told you, if you can spell my first name, you can find me anywhere.
Okay, that's capital L, lowercase a, capital B-O.
Capital B-O-O. Look, my family will have an issue if that B is not capitalized. That's my daddy's last name. They like, if you spell LaBoo and your B is not capital, you are imposter in our family. You don't belong. That's why I was like, Mary, can you just please make the B capital? I was like, I don't mean to be a pest, but
no, but you know what? You tell the truth, because if that's the only way people can contact you, even on Facebook, that's how you have it. So if they search for you, it's got to be spelled correctly. So I have no problem with that. That makes perfect sense to me.
But I'm gonna tell you, Kimmoly, if you can spell Kimmoly, Kimmoly, find me anywhere.
That's what I'm talking about.
Google me. I'm Googleable.
Kimmoly, also send me the information too. We want to post it in the group about your launch, your pajama party.
I'll post a flyer.
Would like to be a part of the pajama party she's doing for a launch for the book. Definitely, I want to be in the room.
We are going to have so much fun at this mama pajama party. Look, we are straight cutting up. People are they are already like getting hotel rooms and getting their girlfriends together. Like, it's a whole situation for the mama pajama party. People are searching for the best pajamas. Like, it's a whole situation.
You really got these women excited, and that's what I love about
it. And one of them is doing a backyard fire pit thing. Like, it's a whole situation. Look at
she got it pulled up, man.
I love it.
Well, I tell you what, let me go ahead and dash out. I got to go on to another webinar.
Okay. Yeah, we about to end it right
now, right?
But I want to
personally thank her before I dash out. You are absolutely beautiful, my sister. We had a
great time.
Yes, we had a blast
time
today.
And accept my friend request and
do it now.
Don't make me inbox you.
She said, "Don't make me inbox you." But I thank you, ladies, as always. I thank you, Kimmoly.
Thank you.
When I say you have a phenomenal business, I'm doing my book.
Thank you.
But I want to thank Shauna and Leslie for being with us again for Girlfriend Chit Chat. Y'all stay tuned. We got more to come. I'm hoping everybody's going to be loving our episodes as we're doing this thing. So you all have a fabulous, fabulous Thursday, and we'll be seeing you soon. You all have a great one.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You too. Bye.
Let me go get these friend requests.
Did you cut it off?
There we go. Let's see.